They say, just love yourself. Like it's easy, like it's natural, like it's something we all just know how to do. But here's the truth. Nobody ever taught us how. Nobody tells you how to love the parts of yourself that feel broken, ashamed, forgotten. How do you love yourself when you don't even like who you are? We hear it all the time. You have to love yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup. But no one ever explains how to fill that cup in the first place. This video is different. This is for you, for the real you, behind the smile, behind the silence. Let's talk about what self-love really means and how to finally start. Chapter 1. The lie they sold you. They made it sound so easy. Love yourself. A cute catchphrase, a trending hashtag, a feel-good message for a broken generation. But here's the truth. Self-love isn't a feeling. It's a practice. And most of us were never taught how to do it. Instead, we were taught, if you're successful, then you're lovable. If you're attractive, then you're valuable. If you're always positive, then you're doing it right. So what happens when you fail? When you break down? When you gain weight, lose money, mess up, lash out, or fall apart? You start to hate yourself. And that's when the real damage begins. Because the world never prepared you for those moments. It only gave you a lie. You have to be perfect to be worthy of love. Chapter 2. Why self-love is harder for men. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. For men, self-love often sounds weak. You're told to man up, push through, don't be soft. But what if softness was the very thing you needed to heal? What if your anger, your burnout, your numbness wasn't a sign of weakness, but a sign that you've been ignoring your own emotional starvation? And for women who are on, it's different, but just as brutal. You're told to look perfect, be kind, never take up too much space. You're praised for self-sacrifice, for giving more than you have, for shrinking your needs to please others. No matter your gender, you were programmed to believe that your worth depends on your performance, not your pain, not your effort, not your humanity, just your results. That's why self-love feels unnatural, because you were never raised to see yourself as someone worth loving unconditionally. Chapter 3. The hidden enemy, shame, standards, and the inner war. There's a voice inside your head. It doesn't yell. It whispers, quietly, like a parasite in your thoughts. It says, you're still not good enough. You're lazy. Look at them. They're ahead of you. You'll never be truly loved. That voice, it's not your enemy. It's your unhealed shame. And that shame didn't come out of nowhere. It was built over years. When you were punished for crying, when you were ignored after trying, when you failed and no one stayed, you built impossible standards for yourself just to feel worthy. Get the best grades, be liked, be attractive, be strong, be happy, be perfect. And when you couldn't meet those standards, you started punishing yourself from the inside out. This inner war is why self-love feels fake. Because how do you love yourself when the enemy is living in your own mind? Chapter 4. What self-love actually means. It's not spa days or bubble baths. Let's get real. Self-love isn't bubble baths and scented candles. It's not putting on a face mask while ignoring the chaos in your heart. Self-love is this: setting boundaries even if it makes people uncomfortable, saying no without guilt, forgiving yourself for who you used to be, holding yourself accountable without self-abuse, choosing rest before burnout, doing what's hard, not what's comfortable. Self-love means looking in the mirror and saying, I see you. I don't hate you anymore. You've been through hell, but you're still here. And that's enough for now. It's not about never feeling bad. It's about not abandoning yourself when you do. Chapter 5. How to start loving yourself. Let's get practical. You might be thinking, that all sounds nice, but I don't feel lovable. So here's the truth. You don't wait to feel love before practicing it. You practice it, and the feeling follows. Start here. Checkmark 1. Radical honesty. Admit where you're broken. No more pretending. You can't heal what you won't name. 2. Stop verbal abuse. Would you talk to a child the way you talk to yourself? Replace every "I'm trash" with "I'm learning." It changes everything. 3. Create micro wins. Make your bed. Go on a walk. Drink a glass of water. You don't need to change your life today. Just prove to yourself that you still care. 4. Speak to yourself like a friend. Look in the mirror. Say, "I'm here. I'm listening," even if it feels weird. 5. Cut out toxic metrics. You're not a failure because your job sucks or your body isn't Instagram ready. Real self-love isn't a switch. It's a choice, repeated, daily, even when it feels fake. Chapter 6. The Daily Practice of Self-Love. Here's what no one tells you. Self-love doesn't feel good every day. In fact, it's often boring, uncomfortable, quiet, but it shows up in small decisions. Choosing sleep over doom scrolling, logging off instead of arguing online, walking away from people who make you hate yourself, eating to nourish, not punish journaling instead of numbing, sitting with your emotions, not escaping them. Every small act is a vote for the version of you you're becoming. You're not trying to become someone else. You're returning to the you that got buried beneath pain, guilt, fear, and pressure. Chapter 7. Self-love without laziness or delusion. Now let's talk about the trap people fall into. They use self-love as an excuse to never grow, to stay in toxic patterns, to justify bad habits. That's not love. That's comfort addiction dressed in fake self-compassion. True self-love is discipline with kindness. It's saying, "I believe in better for myself, but I'll walk with love, not self-hate, on the way there." You don't love yourself instead of changing. You love yourself through the change, so you can still push harder, still improve, still evolve, but from a place of worthiness, not self-loathing. Chapter 8. It's a final message. You deserve to love yourself, but you also need to learn it. Let's leave you with this. Self-love is not entitlement. You don't get it just because someone told you you should. You learn it by showing up for yourself every day, by being honest, by being brave, by being gentle, even when you relapse, even when you fail, even when you disappoint yourself. You rebuild trust with yourself the same way you do with anyone else, through consistency, through compassion, through commitment. You don't love yourself because you're perfect. You love yourself because you're finally done being your own enemy. And when you finally stop fighting yourself, you become unstoppable. You are enough, even now, even here. And if today is the day you finally choose yourself, I'm proud of you. Welcome home.